Welcome back to another one, guys. I'm Andrew Walker, and you guys are watching Cast and Conquer. We are headed to a very special place today. I just got on the road. It is early. I left my house at 5:30, and we are headed to pick up Fred. Darian is going to meet us at the spot tonight. We're headed to Granby, to Reservoire Choiniere, Mirror Paradise as I like to call it, for some giant Israeli mirrors. It's supposed to rain all day tomorrow into Saturday morning, and then we're supposed to have a day and a half of nice weather. We're going to be there for 4 days, hoping to get on some really big mirror carp. So it should be an epic trip. It always is. I love the challenge of this place. Stick with us. Should be an absolute amazing time. Let's go. Gonna get Timmy's right now. Large triple. We're pulling up to the window. Let's get it. Ready?
Oh yes.
Let's go.
Ready. Born ready.
Big mirrors. We made it! We did so much traffic, guys. We did like 2 hours just across Montreal. We just got to the parking. There's nobody. Fred's putting on his Shandai. We're ready to go. We're gonna check out the campsite. We're not allowed to set up tents till 2 o'clock, but we think if there's nobody there, we're just gonna go right onto the campsite and set up and hopefully be able to drive the car right in here. If not, we're gonna park over by the showers and wheelbarrow everything in. There's a couple nice wheelbarrows right there. It's looking good for the trip right now. Rain levels dropped like crazy. It's only supposed to be 5 millimeters tomorrow instead of 25. Only thing about this place, the lake is beautiful. They only have 3 water access campgrounds. 2 of them in this campsite and 1 on the other side of the lake that you need to walk like 2.5 kilometers down a mountain. But we got bathroom facilities right through there, and our campsite is right over here. This is the campsite. That's where we're gonna set up. Wood box. Got our little fire barbecue. Gonna be able to put our bivvy, Darian's tent when he gets here. And then our access to the water is where Fred's heading right now. It looks very high. We will see. We got some water. Water's high. Same as last year. Beautiful. Okay, so we are out in our bay. We have a beautiful little bay here off the main lake. We're not gonna really fish main lake for the next 2 days because it's supposed to be very rainy. So we're just gonna establish some swims. We got some marker buoys, marker poles, and we're gonna drive around with the sonar right now, find the depth that we think the fish are gonna be in. We'll probably set up 2 different swim zones for now. And me and Fred will fish a rod each until Darian gets here, and then we'll have 3 rods in, maybe on 3 spots. So as of right now, we're just gonna drive around, find our spots on the sonar. Once we find something juicy, I'll check back in and show you guys exactly what we're looking at here. So we got our buoy in. We are putting 1 big bait pile over here. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take like my scoop and go with like just a little bit of corn and kind of make a trail from my bait pile to the main lake. Just a little bits here and there, kind of across the entrance of the bay. So any fish passing on that like really deep drop off are gonna see that and hopefully like follow the little cookie trail all the way in to where the buoys are. And we're gonna have a deep bait pile off this backside margin. So it goes from like 5 feet down to about 10. That whole drop on the way down from 5 to 10 feet is like where the main lake actually is in the summertime. In the summer when the water's low, you can come and like you can walk on that like little bit of a hillside drop off, and it's a lot of big rock and like shale, and you can see on the finder that once you get down over and it flattens out in that like 11 to 12 foot range, it's very hard and flat. I think like a sand or maybe like a clay bottom, not too much silt. So we're gonna feed it up, do our little trail, and then in the middle of the hole where it's about 15, just off this rod kinda, we're gonna put another rod for more daytime bites where like I think the fish will come in and wanna hang out a little bit more like in the deeper part of this bay. So we'll have like kind of a semi-margin spot and then one in the bay, and we're gonna get back, get the rods on. We're gonna have to fish with like 8 to 10 ounce weights to stay pinned to the bottom out here. All right, so we opted out of fishing in the deep 15 feet. We put our first buoy, like I said, on like the secondary drop into 12 feet, right at the base of that 12 feet. And over on this side, we have a little bit of a creek flowing in. Some like flooded willows, and there's a bunch of like big rock up there. So we've decided to come out to where like the majority of the big rock ends. And I have like these marker sticks that I kind of made myself here, which is just like a chunk of bamboo, 2 weights on it. And then I have a piece of doweling on the top. And then at night, we are actually gonna tape glow sticks to them so we can find it. And that way I can like drop this down and I can feel the contact of the leads on the bottom, so I can feel if it's rock or if it's just like a hard silt or actual like a soft silt or clay or whatever it shall be, if there's any kind of weed. So I wanted to be able to use a marker stick. So we set up right in front of all these snags here, and we're gonna make a very concentrated bait pile here. And the really good thing about these poles is a marker buoy, you got a line with a lead. Fish can wrap and drag that all over the place and get snagged and essentially get the fish snagged. Where this system will literally just lay down because of the leads can pivot, and the line will just slide right off the top of this. No snags. So guys, we went for a ride. Me and Fred were saying, I was telling Darian last night how like we never see fish here in the margins. We see fish jump, but I've never seen a fish like just swimming around. So me and Fred took a drive around into the next bay from us. We got in next to these cattails, and I'm like, it'd be so crazy just to like anchor up with the boat, and like for sure there's got to be fish in here. And then I could see this dust trail in like 1.5 feet of water, and I was like, oh, we just spooked one. I was going up to the dust trail, and there was like a 15-pound mirror just feeding. That was our first fish of the trip that we've seen. So gentle. Like I was so worried about him biting my finger, but like he's gentle. We got the supper going on right now, guys. We got some potatoes, the butter's melting. We got these like steaks wrapped with spinach and cheese. Should be awesome. It's like 7 o'clock right now. We were down by the water earlier, and there's fish crashing all over by our buoy that we fed by. We saw like 14 jumps, some big fish. We've befriended a raccoon that has 1 eye, and I chased another one out of the camp that was missing an eye. He had both his eyes, so I was like, you don't get a free treat. So we chased him out, and we just noticed that he had got into my munch boilies, took it behind the bivvy, had a little snack of those, and I was feeding him some ketchup chips out of my hands. And then I went in the cooler and realized he had got in the cooler and got into our hot dogs and kind of bit into like 3 or 4 of them and stole one of the wieners. So we left him a little pile right over here for when he comes back. Pile of hot dogs. We're gonna befriend him. We're gonna call him Charlie. Charlie One Eye, the raccoon. Sun's peeking out right now, just right over there. And it should kick off. I think once that sun starts to go down, all those fish that are jumping out there should really show up on the feed, and we should be hearing some ba-deep-ba-deep-ba-deeping. It's only day 1. We put a lot of feed out trying to get our swims going, so it's kind of normal that we're not getting much action right now. But I imagine as the night progresses and those fish get down on the food, we should be getting some fish in the sacks for the morning for you guys to see. So we're gonna eat some supper right now and just relax, maybe watch a movie. I brought the laptop. But we are ready to go for when the action starts. If it kicks off tonight, we're gonna fish all night, and we'll sleep tomorrow when the bite stops. And if it doesn't stop, we're just gonna keep on fishing until it slows down. And if it doesn't slow down, we're just gonna become zombies and go off pure adrenaline. Fred loves fishing when he's tired, so. Hey, Fred?
Yeah, I'm down for that.
We're down for that. We're trying to have an epic session here. We want to have like a 20 fish session. Like, it's good to have 1 or 2 fish a day, like you know you're doing stuff right. But if you can get it really right, you can like really perform on this lake. And these are such special fish, and it's a very hard lake to fish, so we will see what happens. We got one. Can't see anything. Hopefully I don't drive over that rock. I don't think I did. All right, we are hooked up. We're going over to the fish. We got 8-ounce leads. Just really got like pitch black dark. Been having a lot of wind beeps. And now we are going over to get this big mama in the net. First night, yes! I can feel head shake, so I'm not snagged, which is a good sign. She did a huge run. Huge. We've been getting like beep beep, beep beep, and then we're like, oh, that's a fish. And then we're like, walk down to the rod, nothing. That one was like, bang, game on. Okay. I can get the net.
Okay, you can do it.
Got it right here. Oh, it's a nice one. Not a small one. We jammed with weeds.
Dude, the water is still clear.
The net. Going circles, the motor's still on. We got her.
Yeah.
Yes.
First fish in the net?
First fish in the net. 9:30. First night. We're gonna see if we can unhook her, get her on the mat. We're gonna get the rod back on the spot while we're out here. So when we go back to shore, we can just put it on the pod and it's dealt with. Kind of a panic, but first mirror. Fish number 2. Darian got here, guys.
Just in time. It feels good.
It peeled off.
Yeah, it's not a small fit. Well, I don't know. Never fought a mirror, but it's definitely heavy. It's so sick in the dark, in the rain.
What's
It's
the line
exactly
doing?
what I pictured for my first mirror. The line is like straight out on a 45.
Keep your rod high. Yeah. Make sure there's always tension. Like you gotta.
Yeah, it's tight.
Okay. I know I'm going fast, but
I can't tell what we're doing. How deep is it here? If I fall, am I dead?
12 feet.
There's definitely a fish on there.
Good.
Oh yeah. Now he knows he's hooked now. Oh yeah.
Okay, so I'd say try to sit down and fight him. Yeah. He's like going into the bushes.
I can feel him on weeds and stuff.
Yeah, I think he's in the bushes. Just keep the rod high.
Yeah,
That's why we have the boat. He's
I
gonna.
still have really good contact with him.
We got him. Big one. Darian's first mirror.
Let's go.
In the dark.
In the dark, in the rain. Excuse me? 5:40 a.m. The sun is up. Fish number 3 is on. Fred is in boxers.
Boxers.
The boys are off. Wish them luck. Go get them.
Keep your rod facing that way. Over here. I see the fish. Yeah.
They got him. Good job, boys.
Ba-ding, ba-dang.
Ba-ding, ba-dang. Yes, sir.
the first two fish of the trip. Fred's came in at 20 pounds. We didn't weigh mine. Mine came at 9:30 last night, and Fred's was at about 5:30 this morning. Darian got one in between that. The biggest one, we'll show that in a second. But two awesome mirrors. We haven't had any action all day. We've had some breakfast and just been hanging out in the bivvy because it's been raining. The rain finally stopped, so we got some more bait out, rods back on the spots, found some carp in a bay, and now we got the fish out of the sack, ready to go. Two beauties. We're gonna get them back, and we're gonna show you Darian's big one, his first ever mirror, PB. We're gonna get mine back here. First mirror for me of the trip. I'm up right now. She is ready to go. Let's go. Now let's get Fred's back and show you the big girl.
So yeah, just 1 pound shy from my PB from here, from that lake. But really size doesn't matter that much. I mean, it's always nice to have a 30 or something. A PB is always nice. But fish are so incredible here. All unique, all gems, really.
Let's get her back. Check out the big girl. They have such big mouths. Like, look at the size of the lips.
Boom, boom.
For sure they are on crayfish and...
It's like Angelina Jolie.
Okay, so now we're gonna release that fish. She's long overdue to go. Oh yeah, she wanna go.
Let's check out the big girl. I think Fred's gonna film. I'm gonna talk with Darian, weigh it. It's Darian's PB, it's his first ever mirror, and it's a beauty.
I am super pumped. I have not seen this fish since like almost 3 in the morning.
3 last night.
Yeah, and I've slept twice since then, so I just woke up from my nap. And let's see this beautiful mirror.
This is a good one. If Fred's fish weighed 20, I'm almost positive that this is like 23, 24. They have so much energy being sacked up. Okay, so Darian's gonna give you guys a show over. I'm gonna zero the scale.
Holy, okay.
That's a beauty.
It's amazing. She's
I can't
so
wait
heavy.
to see what it weighs. She's so thick on the back.
Okay.
She's got that big hump on her. We zeroed the Reuben. And now I'll lift Darian.
And I'll read.
And you can read.
$24.
24.
She goes 24. Insane.
24. Yeah. That's a good first mirror, man.
That's awesome.
Sick.
24 pounder.
So we'll show you guys her one more time. We're gonna get some pics and then get it released because like I said, it was raining all morning. We had this fish sacked up for a while now and they are ready to get back, and I'm ready to get back over in the bay where I've fed and found them. Do some fishing out of the boat, hopefully get one. Let's take a look at her.
All right, guys, there she is. My first ever mirror. What an amazing fish. I love the scales. They look even crazier in person. This is gonna be a hard one to beat. 24 pounder for my first one, but we're gonna get her back. Let's watch her swim off. Bring her over here for you guys. Love the way they're built. So tall. So sick.
Way to go,
awesome.
bud.
Thank you so much, Andrew.
Yeah.
That was awesome. And voila.
Don't need a rain jacket, he says. Friggin' guy. Caught in a downpour.
Black skies, blacker pastures.
Well guys, little day 3 morning update right now. We had some craziness happen last night, not fish-wise. We had hurricanes come in, and at like 10 o'clock last night, the rain started to fall. And we had like 12 to 15 millimeters an hour for 5 hours. We had to change all our setup. Darian's tent got wet through. He had to go meet his dad halfway. Changed out his tent when he got back. We installed a full tarp setup. We pulled the rods because my receiver for my ATT stopped working with the amount of water it took inside of it. So we pulled the rods for the night and we slept from 11 o'clock last night until 10 o'clock this morning. Now we got Tim Hortons. I just put all the rods back in. I had to get the buoys because the water went up probably 2 feet on shore. So I had to replace all the buoys, refed the spots, put the rods back out. And we are fishing again. So it looks good. The sun's supposed to come out this afternoon. Sunny all day tomorrow. We got 2 full days left. Hoping to get on some fish. We still only have those 3 fish from the first night. And yesterday Darian and I went and found all those fish in that bay that me and Fred had previously seen. Darian and myself were there for maybe an hour and a half. Didn't get a bite except for the turtle. Rain came, we came back. Me and Fred went back right before dark. Fished again another hour and a half. No fish. Came back. Got pissed on. Can I say pissed? Yeah, we got pissed on. We got really rained on. Hard. Very hard, a lot of rain. The sky fell. And yeah, now we're waiting for the sun. We're gonna try to take the tops off the tents, dry everything out as we wait for a fish. Probably have a shower. Darian went and got us Tim Hortons. We are set to go, well rested, waiting for some more big mirrors. Let's go.
Hey, salut. Oui, mon monsieur. S'il a tout dit.
Ready to go.
Fish number 4. Where do you want me?
Right here.
In the front?
Yeah. We got one. Finally, didn't take long. We got trees, branches. He's in that margin, that's good. Got direct hookup. I don't feel him in the snags right now. Yeah, he's not in the trees yet. Is he in the trees? Nope. He's not. Oh yeah, he is. Okay. Got him out of the snag. Okay, that's what we wanted. Let's get him. Yes, that couldn't have went any better. Can't believe he got out of there.
Take this.
That didn't take long.
There we go.
Oh, amazing.
First fish of our day.
Nice. It's like 11 right now. Haven't had the rods out more than like, I don't know, hour and a half. Our margin rod peeled off. It's the hardest one to get because it kind of like skirts along a bunch of bushes and he ran straight into those trees. But with the boat, we can get right over the snag, pop the line out of all the branches, got direct hookup and like kept upwards pressure on that fish. Pulled out of the trees, came back out into open water, netted him right away. Not a monster, but they're all welcomed here. Good like 12, 14 pounder. What we're gonna do is we're gonna unhook them, put new pack on while we're out here, drop the rod, go in, and show you guys this beauty. Let's go. Okay, so we just had our fish. He's in the net right now, but while we're out here, we're gonna drop our line. Fish actually didn't drop the lead. We're using 10-ounce leads, like really big leads, and that's to ensure, like with wind and weed and that kind of stuff, fishing at this kind of distance with the boat, that the rig doesn't get moved around at all. So what we do is we're just taking a little bit of pack bait here, just like fishing normally, surrounding that lead and pack. Doesn't have to be a super tight ball because we're not casting with it, we're just literally dropping it straight down. And we found our spots with the depth finder already. This one spot is like kind of in the margin, and there's a creek that flows under the road over there, and with the rain last night there's a good amount of water coming through it, so I figured this morning would be a very good time for fish to be showing up in front of this flow and looking for some food. So it's a really good spot for us to have some traps set. So I'm still picking my rig into the ball. We got this big method ball like this. I'm just gonna turn us our buoy, marking our spot. Now all I'm doing is I fed like maybe 5 meters in front, so I kind of just point the boat away from the buoy, headed back to our swim. And now I'm just taking my rod, just dropping it right there, and I guide it all the way down. It's about 9 feet of water, touchdown. I just lift it a little bit, make sure I'm not in a snag or anything. Loosening off my drag. I take 1 scoop of corn. I put it right where the rig is. Now my drag is loose, and we go straight back to the pod like this. And it keeps a tight line all the way. That's why that 8 to 10 ounce lead is very good, because a 3.5, 4 ounce lead, it's gonna move when you're like on a loose drag like this going back, especially at any kind of distance with wind. So we just take it back like this, and then once we get there, tighten up the drag, make sure that line's nice and taut, and then I put it back on the bank sticks, ready to go for another one. Darian's up next. Should be perfect. I'll go over rigs in a little bit, but just basic pop-up rigs, and we have one snowman rig out there, so fish on.
Where's the rod? It's gone? It took the rod. Let's get in the boat.
We lost the rod. The pod flipped over in the water.
We're gonna get it back.
Hope so.
We will.
Just how sunk is the line. We need a treble on like a sinker.
The fish is still on.
We got the
Andrew's
line.
got the line. Rod saved.
Okay,
Rod
you
saved.
untangle that?
Yeah.
See if you can lift that out. Loose for a second at this point. We got the fish. We might be in the other line. Yeah, we'll go under it. We'll go under it.
Do you think I have the fish?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna go under this. Just keep your line high like that.
Until we get up to it.
Oh my God, what a series of events. Oh my gosh.
They're probably like, we heard their alarm go off 10 minutes ago.
It pulled the rod right into the water. And we got the rod back and the fish is still on.
Oh, it feels good, dude. She's pulling now. How is it still on? Can't move it right now.
That's okay.
That scared me. Oh, this fight's crazy. She's fighting so well. Dude, I can't move it.
It might be a really big fish.
I haven't even seen it yet.
Well, she did pull the whole rod off the pod.
That's true. She did happen to pull a rod.
Guys.
Oh yeah, it's a big one. Giant. 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 Giant.
Oh, yes!
Go!
Yes!
Oh, that's so sick. Oh my God, dude.
That's a big one, dude.
Giant. Giant.
What a series of events.
Oh my God. Put her here? How crazy is that?
So we looked for the rod. We noticed the whole pod flipped over. Rod went off the pod. We took the other rod right away and went looking for the line, trying to hook the line. We went way out to the buoy. I went over my waders looking for the rod. And then we came back to the pod because I was like, it couldn't get dragged far because like it's on free spool. Hook the line, rod tip comes out, fish is still pulling. And we got a giant and we got the rod back. $1,200 reel and like $400 rod, so.
Oh man.
Yes!
So crazy.
I was so sad for a second. I wasn't showing it, but inside I was not okay with
you
what
were,
happened.
You were quiet, I could tell.
Yeah.
So I told you, I said, we're gonna get it.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we're gonna get, like, dude, there's no way that fish is leaving with your rod.
No, yeah, like that's what I thought too. I was like, for sure it could flip the pod, but like, how can the rod like run with the fish? Because like it's on free spool.
I'm surprised the rod was as far as it was. Like, I thought.
You know why it is? Because I took a small butt rod and I put it on that big butt rest, so it wasn't tight on the rest. Oh my God. Andrew.
Oh, the fish got stuck on it.
So I'm gonna redo all 3 rods. Because, yeah, we ran over one.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. We're good.
Bading, badang.
What a mess.
What a mess.
Everyone's a little shooken up after that one. Darian and Fred.
Yeah, I heard. We're back. We came in a little hot, rammed the bank stick, almost lost another rod in the water. Then the fish got caught in the bank stick, and then I rammed a tree. and almost broke 2 rods, and then backed in here like a chef.
Like a chef.
All right, guys. Well, here's my fish with Darian's fish that we just got. We had some hectic moments. Rod in the water. Rods are going to be okay though, because they are made of magnesium, Shimano Aerotechniums. They're saltwater grade, and we got the rod back. Fish was still on. Darian's second mirror ever. What a way to get it. These are such beautiful fish. Like, they're almost leathers, and they have such big lips from feeding on shells and a lot of crayfish. But yeah, sun was going down. We were just about to deal with my fish, and then all hell broke loose. Had to get the waders on. I didn't have my waders all the way on. Went looking for the rod at first in the waders and went straight over the top of the waders. So now I'm in shorts, but we got 2 beautiful carp that we're gonna let go and settle in for the evening. I know it's gonna be an action-filled night for sure. The lake is super calm right now. Things are gonna kick off. We've seen some jumps. Fish are on the feed. Let's go get these guys back.
We're hoping for a few hours of sleep tonight, eh?
No, I don't care.
That's what I mean. We're hoping for a few hours of sleep.
Yeah, I hope we don't get any sleep. Last night we slept 11 hours, so tonight is fishing time.
Yeah, tonight was last night was our break. Tonight's our redemption.
You can definitely see though that they are on the feed, because that is all chewed and digested corn. So they're pooping in the sacks. That means they're on the rendezvous. We're gonna get some pictures of these guys and we'll get them back. We have 3 rods to reset, so we got some work to do before the sun goes down. Let's get it. All right, gonna get mine back. Sun is going down. That linear strip on top of scales is just so perfect. See ya, girl. Now we're gonna check out Darian's, get a release on it, and get some pictures of that beauty.
Majestic Magikarp. Might be my new favorite Pokemon. Wow, these fish are amazing. This fight was incredible. So hectic.
That was crazy.
What a beautiful time of day to have this happen. Wow. Let's get this fish back. So sick.
Yes.
This is life. Doesn't get any better.
Yeah.
Just everything, nature just hits so hard. The sound, the sight.
The rod gone.
Rod's gone, but back in the boat. Wow.
And a Fred.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Fred's up. We gotta get rods back out. Let's go. Alright guys and gals, it is the night of day 3 right now. We are sitting around the fire. We actually didn't make any supper because we ate so much food all day long. We had a couple mishaps, but we did have some fish today. Rods are all repositioned out on the baited spots. We did have 1 false beep. My waders had got wet and it took me a second to like get them back the right side in, and stopped beeping before we even got to the rod. Nothing happened. And now we're just waiting. We imagine we're gonna have some fish through the night. It is like perfect conditions finally. First night of the whole trip that is nice. Super calm out there right now. We have no wind. It's a little bit cold, and temperatures are supposed to drop tonight, so I imagine the fish are gonna start feeding pretty heavy. Last day tomorrow. I think it should be a great day. We got sun forecasted all day. We're gonna be up early. Rods rebaited and out on the spot so we can optimize on that like 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. bite window. They always seem to bite early morning. So if we can get up, have a fish right away, we're gonna get the rods all repositioned and just stay on the fish while they're feeding, and hopefully finish this trip with a bang. So we're gonna be off to bed shortly here. We're all getting pretty tired, having some snacks right now, just sitting around telling stories. And yeah, hopefully we can wake up to an alarm and see you guys in the morning with some more big wild mirror carp from this paradise. We're going, finally. We're dealing with kayakers all morning. I kind of thought it was that pontoon boat out there, but it's definitely a fish. It's right in the middle, which is good. Oh yeah.
Feels like a good one?
Looked like a good one.
I didn't see it yet.
Big one.
Your best one yet.
It's a big one. Daytime fish, last day. Looked like a really good one. Really good one. They fight so different in the boat. Instead of fighting like horizontally and coming to a shore, straight up and down, fighting them vertically.
Yeah, it's a good one, dude.
Come on, baby. Just stay on. That's a really nice fish. Look how big he is. Dude, it might be a 30. Oh my god, it's gigantic. That's gigantic. Oh no.
You got him.
We got him. Ah, yes. All the kayakers paid off. I was sure I had a kayak. There was a pontoon boat trolling right over our line. They caught like a small pike or something. They were reeling it in and my rod went off and I was like, it's going way too violently to be a fish caught in the line. Nope, big one. All right, we got a big one. She's in the net right now. We unhooked her. We're gonna put the rig back on the buoy while we're out here. And this is the rig doing damage. It's just like a pop-up rig. This little split shot here sits on bottom. And then this floats just like that, giving a good presentation over the silt and everything. Pretty short hook link, dropping leads, very key right now. This is an 8 ounce. We're also using 10 ounce leads. And if it gets in any kind of snag or anything, this just opens up like this and that lead can just slide off, allowing your line to come back to the surface. So seems to be very key, especially with fishing at distance in the bushes like we are. We have to try to act fast to get down to the rods, but it's not always evident, having to get into waders, run down, unclip the boat, and then get out in the boat all the way to where the fish is. A lot of the fish have been swimming right straight into bushes in the margin, so that lead coming off really helps us with keeping all the fish. Like, we've only lost 2 fish this trip, and both fish, one we didn't even pick up the rod, and the other one we barely had tension on it, got out to the spot, and it was just off. So that is the rig doing damage. We're running pop-ups on all 3 rods right now. Same thing, Munch citrus nut pop-ups. This is a 14 mil. I also on the other rods have 2 18 mils, so a little bit bigger pop-up. But yeah, we started with snowman rigs, only had 1 fish, and now switched all over to pop-ups. All the rods are going. So it's not crazy bite action, but it's been very consistent. That's fish number 7 in the bag. Gonna get this back on the spot, and hopefully that's a sign of things to come. We haven't had a fish off the deep spot in a while, but like I was saying to Darian, a lot of boat traffic right now, and I imagine the fish are pushed out of the margin a little bit, feeding on the deeper spot where they're not going to get spooked as easily. So let's get some new method, new pack bait on this baby, and drop it right back down there. Hopefully it doesn't take too long before we get another one.
Hi guys, well, my second fish of the trip, and she came at 2:30, about 2:30 this morning.
Only fish of the night.
Yeah, only fish during the night.
Why weren't you filming?
We had mayhem happen. The rod was going crazy. We all had to get our waders on. By the time we got our waders on, I didn't even think about a camera.
I was dumb.
We ran down, we got tangled in a line twice.
I didn't wake up.
Darian didn't even wake up, but we got one. So yeah, only fish of the night, only beep of the night.
Yeah, it's not the biggest, so we're gonna do it quick release. Gonna show it.
That was a very quick release.
Yeah, very quick release. I could tell during the night that she was very, very lively, and she was very, very lively.
So that was her, guys.
Yeah.
she got us all wet. She was maybe like 16, 18 pounds.
Yeah, exactly.
Very nice fish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beauty. It was a beautiful fish, but you won't see her.
We'll see it in slow motion as it swims off.
I don't. That was fun though. I don't mind those.
And I got one right here. We're gonna show that one later. We're trying to finish packing because we have to be off the site, like in case somebody else comes to camp by 2. But we're gonna stay till 7. Fred's taking off shortly, but me and Darian are gonna stay. And we're just gonna sack this one right now, give you a little show maybe, and then give a better show once we're done packing up the site. So we're gonna get her in the sling. I really want to know how much she weighs because I think it might be a PB for me. My PB currently here for a mirror carp, well, mirror overall, is 30 pounds. 4 ounces, so like 30 1/4, and yeah, got a big girl. fat. So fat. I'm excited. That is a vacuum. Like, those are some lips, man. Oh my god.
It's nothing. It's
33!
Shut up, shut up. I wasn't.
I don't know yet. I don't know.
Alright.
Okay guys, so we zeroed the scale on the sling. We're about to give her a quick weigh here. She is fat, so big.
Lift her up.
Oh my god, she's over 32. 33. 33. Gonna get a better look. That's a PB though. Yeah, 33.25. 33.25. I think that might actually be like lake record. I know one guy that said he caught like, I think it was like 34 or something like that. And I know a couple guys that caught like 32s last year, but 33.25. Oh my god. And the crazy thing is, she spawned out. So like 2 weeks ago, this fish would have been like 38 plus for sure. Okay, let's get her. I don't know what to do right now. Let's get her
back
tied
in the
up,
water,
bagged. We're gonna look at her in a bit. We're gonna go deal with the campsite because it's starting to get late in the day. Fred's taking off, Kathy's here, and yeah, mayhem. What a way to get a giant on the last day. All right, guys. This is the big girl of the trip. She's so hard to hold. I'm gonna get a better grip on her here. 33 pounds, 4 ounce, new PB, absolute giant. Those lips are unbelievable. Like, just made for eating clams, crayfish, anything sharp. You can tell it's like she's got lipo. But what a tank. Can't believe 7 fish landed on the trip. We're getting down to the end. There's like maybe 2 hours left we're gonna spend here. Still seeing lots of action, but no fish since this fish. What a fish. Such a tank. She's so wide on the back. Super stoked on this fish right now. My second 30 from this lake in like 10 years. New PB. We're gonna get her back. Hopefully get Darian one more fish before we go, but we got pretty much everything packed now. It's been an amazing 4 days. I'm back here in a week, so I'm hoping the water drops just a little bit and we can get on some more giant Israeli mirror carp like this. She should swim off amazingly. That back is just so crazy, like it's the size of my hand. See you later, girl. Into the bushes. Yes! Let's go. That's an amazing fish. So many PBs this year, so many big fish. Like, can't believe it. Like I said, I'm gonna be back in a week, so if nothing else happens, me and Darian are gonna pack up all the boat and everything. Thanks for checking into this week's video. It's been an amazing, amazing trip. Me and Darian had a blast. Got Darian on his first mirror carp ever. Fred got some nice fish. I got some nice fish. We had torrential weather, but it all paid off in the end. And here we are, wrapping it up with a 33 pounder and new PB. So don't forget, go down below, subscribe. Gonna be lots of carp content. Muskie's opening next week. Tons of stuff. I'm gonna do the Easter draw if it already hasn't been out by now. And yeah, summer has just begun. Let's go.